greeting the crew as they journey through. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Way weavers weave a tapestry grand, unraveling mysteries hand in hand, sailing the waves beyond the stars they soar, forever seeking more and more. Explorers at heart with whimsy and glee, the Wanderpus crew set their spirits free, in pursuit of good with chaos untamed, to find a new place to make their names. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Luminaries' minds, curious and bright, they explore the unknown and seek the light. With every text and book unfurled, more is understood of this new world. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Seen God steadfast against the tide, protecting the land they stand with pride, rising up from the city walls, keeping the rest safe through it all. Mysticians with their gift for spell, in the threads of magic they weave and dwell, observing the universe's hidden seams, propelling the crew to their hopes and dreams. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky. Wanderpus, their hearts entwined, sailing through memories left behind, stitching the bonds that forever tie, sailing to where the sea meets the sky.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to. Is this episode 11? I keep losing count.
Yes.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to episode 11 of this month's theme games, Dance Macabre. We are trying to get gifts for the Vampire Marquis to hand off during his masquerade, and so we can get a boon from him to. Hopefully, most people are aiming to use the boon to heal Kay, but I don't know if that's everybody's goal with this boon, so. Don't worry, Karam got like a backup plan, some chisels to work on obsidian himself, so I'm sure that'll work out just fine. So where we are today is for Arel, who has not been here in a while. Real quick, the city of Dyad has fully been destroyed by a giant salamander king. Half of the city is on fire, and the other half he is currently converting into a giant swamp. But he is under a dome that Soki put up that is impenetrable for now. And with that, everybody inside the dome that we could get to safety, we did, which basically tripled Silver Thimble's population. And by tripling Silver Thimble's population, we had a bunch of other problems, including where are these people gonna live? Can they get enough food? And and how do we stop them from fighting? Those problems got solved really early on in the month, and we have not had to deal with them. Lore made really good apartments for everybody that are finishing up right now. I think some of them definitely have people living in it already. Adley and Cass caught a bunch of fish that have been feeding everybody. Krieg's been running back and forth all around the city, both feeding everybody and showing up to free clinics and just getting people moved into homes. Krieg has been just on a roll. and like everybody else has been going out and getting gifts for people. The citizens of Folgerlight, which is this area down here, drew up a plan that with Squishy and Reedy's help, we are filling all of these islands with the people from Dyad. Like they're gonna start making that their home. And I think Reedy and Krieg were talking about the fact of maybe making it all like the Silver Thimble. I think that's where Krieg was landing. So that'll be fun. And I will just get right into introducing the players. The Vernex Archipelago. That's what it was. Thank you, Toast. I was on multiple allergy meds yesterday. So we have Vatna, played by Lurid.
Hello.
We got Lore, played by Esmie.
At least we can't find another risque painting tonight.
I don't know. I didn't know the first one was there. You guys could make another one up. We got Arel, played by Eris.
Salutations.
And we got Patagon, played by Sept.
Hello.
So, based on a conversation we had right before the game, right before we started, we've decided to take the airship, which does mean they have to wait till the airship gets back. So, but before any of that stuff, can you guys let me know what we've been doing around the city, like in the meantime? Like, have you guys been helping the refugees? Have you been like working on your own stuff? What have you guys been doing? Like, I know Patagon upgraded the comm system last time.
Everyone in the city pretty much has everything handled, so Vatna's just been doing his own thing in the Mystician Research Lab.
Alright, you want 1 minute 20 sided for that?
He's just basically having conversations with everything, like, as if it were alive. Mainly
for sure.
His desktop fish. He loves this thing.
Alright, so natural 20. Alright, so, couple of things.
Vote for Krieg.
Yeah, vote for Krieg. Oh, roll the ad.
Everyone has heard of the awful situation that happened in Dyad and how the Silver Thimble has stepped up to help. This has brought a large amount of refugees to our fair city, which has caused some overcrowding and some stress for us all. This is why I have been helping by offering food and lodging to Silken Towers. I have also been spending my time helping with the relief efforts for not only the refugees but our citizens as well. My aim is to help everyone find a place so that we can come together as one and make the city thrive. I was there when Dyad was falling, helping make sure everyone got to the relief boat safely. I was there to help them get situated alongside other citizens of the Silver Thimble. I have also been working with Uncle Jim's on various issues to assist in the growing needs of the city, and with a new trade agreement with Hammerpaw, we can help increase housing for the people of the city so everyone can have a safe place of their own to start a new home here. And if the gracious people of Silver Thimble see fit to elect me as mayor, I will continue to strive and work hard to help with any issue, be it big or small. Just know that Krieg is here to help. I am Krieg Vernix, and I approve this message.
How many cafes we got then?
What, Digberg?
Yeah.
Digberg has a giant hole in it. It has the diggy hole. Those are like, when I don't think we've put the next row set of the cards out. When we get the diggy hole games, everybody that has one of the cards rolls a 20-sider, and I'll make a dungeon based out of combining all 4 of those sides of the world together. But yeah, okay, we will. Digberg's a good place. Alright, so Vatna, you've been trying to talk to everything around.
Started with just paper, blank pieces of paper.
Blank piece of paper, that's the worst.
I know.
No response.
They suck.
No response
They suck.
ever. Not a thing to it. Just dead, inert, nothing interesting. As you like go around your room, most of the stuff in there, like tools made for like a single purpose, like not particularly. Some of them, like you can feel like an energy, but there's no communication there. Like even the fish in the mana battery, like the conversation with a 20, they cannot talk to you. They are fish. They are the spirit version of fish. Like, so if you can't talk to fish in real life, like normally, you certainly can't talk to these fish.
I talk to Lore regularly. Does that count?
Laura's not a fish. Laura's a person. That brings up a fun, not a fun point, but a point that I haven't meant to discuss. There are definitely animals that resemble you guys. Like, there are definitely moths out there that are just moths. And some people swat those. Is Vatna upset every time somebody kills a bug?
Nah.
Okay. That actually helps me, like, a lot. And it's just like, we know we eat fish. Like, fish from the ocean, or this giant river. Like, Laura eats fish herself. I'm not upset. Laura has a history of eating people, too.
It was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But, like that kind of thing. And I'm sure we haven't seen them, but, like, if there is, like, a cold side of this world and that does have penguins, like, around, they're just going to be straight-up penguins people. And to that effect, Arel, in case you're worried about the people in Dyad, that when the Dyad burnt down and stuff, all the pets got out safely. But not all of the owners, so people are being, like, having to take care of the pets.
Oh, that's awesome. Free pets.
We didn't lose a single pet in that game.
Which is the most important part.
That's how I see it.
So is there a talk to fish spell in Quest that I could use a scroll for to help with
There
this?
is, but I'm just gonna save you. You can't, like, that's not gonna teach you it either. They are not animals in that respect. Like, they do not have the same language. They have their own language, and that's actually part of the 20 that you were discovering. Like, not only are they only as simple-minded as regular fish, like, even if you could, like, if you brought Krieg in or anybody else that has the ranger ability to ask them, they would tell you that sounds like gibberish to them. Because they are speaking the spirit language, like, of fish. Which is another thing on top of itself. But as you're walking around, like, after you can, like, have a conversation with those fish on, like, the mana battery fish, like, you can start to feel a tinge of that in stuff. You are starting to be able to figure out when something is currently possessed by a spirit, or when a spirit resides somewhere. And I think there is not a lot going on in Silver Thimble right now, as far as, like, spirits. Like, you guys got a lot, like, there's a lot of static in this city for spirits. But Delve, like, when you guys go to Delve, there's no, like, huge, like, magical creatures walking around there, and therefore spirits tend to reside much easier in places. You guys are all so strong that you kind of muddy the water. Like, so strong magically. But you do definitely come across a couple, not artifacts, like, heirlooms that people are carrying around from Dyad. And some of them, like, a woman's wearing a large necklace, and you know for a fact that in that pendant there is a spirit. And, like, with a 20, it's content. It is so happy. It's not speaking out to you or anything. You just feel just, like, happiness to be on display. Like, the gemstone of it is where the spirit is hanging out, and everybody's eyes are drawn to it, and most of them have no idea why. But you...
I'm seeing this as competition, so I would, like, use my Creedon's Fascinator's boots in that case to try and, like, get more eyes on me. Like, upstaging me? Gaudy necklace?
Oh, sure, and yeah, absolutely, it'll work. Like, you can get, like, people's attention onto you,
while focusing on the spirit.
That spirit, you know what? You feel no animosity coming off the spirit. The spirit is happy that the necklace is on display. But
Yeah,
it's
I love it.
not
Mental handshake.
So that is a good amount of spirit stuff that I can give you. It's just like, and there's no thought here. You know what I mean? There is no like long line of conversation in and of itself. It's just like, cool, I'm on display, I'm happy. I'm so happy that I make this item look better and make this item feel better for everybody around. It's just like, cool. So I think you still have to make rolls, but I think Vatna is at the beginning of identifying when spirits are in something to basically everything. If you run across something in the future that you think is just like, maybe there's a spirit in that, I'll let you roll for it for sure.
Right on.
All right. And sorry, Lore, what are you doing? Are you just staring at this painting?
No, I have to stare at the painting.
Oh, I'm sorry, Arel, or anybody who wasn't here yesterday. During the robbery, so Sal's tower was destroyed. We know Sal's tower was made out of null metal, which is the only thing that could get out past Soki's shield. It was in the river. Krieg, of course it was Krieg, has been tracking this vault the whole time, and saw the fact that the storm was coming in and thought, this is the only chance we have to go get this thing. So they went and got it. It had a 4-letter combination to get into the safe. Krieg said it was lore. The password was lore. When they get inside, Nickel found a suggestive painting of lore that was described to me as, if it wasn't a painting, it would be pornography. The only thing that's making it classy is the fact that it was a painting. But behind that was like a way that Sal was going to attack the Silver Thimble if it ever came to that. So they used that map to shore up its defenses. But also, there is now a very, not quite pornographic picture of lore in the world.
That we rolled for, and if we give it to the vampires, they're gonna fucking love it.
Yeah, if they give it to the vampires, it's like an amazing painting. Like, this painting was done by it was probably done by some ridiculously famous painter that was lost in the dyad situation. So it's his last painting, and nobody knew it existed. It's imagine finding who did I was trying to think who did paintings that I actually like, but Rembrandt didn't do scantily clad women. But anyway, it's just a Banksy. It's just a Banksy of lore without a top on. But so other than you have a very successful apartments being made. They're right outside of Fishtinger Industries, but it's going really well. You could help out on that. You could make another role for your mechs that you and Soki are working on, which are just called forklift, for the record.
Yeah.
Thank you. Or you could do anything else around the city while we wait for that airship to show up. This could be over weeks too.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be just
I'd say Laura's probably had been splitting her time between, as the apartments are done, helping keep everything organized and getting people into the apartments as they finish. But then outside of that time, she's been studying the mana battery she brought back herself, trying to figure out how they keep the mana in there, because theoretically, if you can keep one form of energy inside something, if you figure out how it's kept in, you could potentially figure out how to keep a different type of energy stored in a container.
Okay. Just for my own edification, are you thinking about storing more solar power, or is there something else that you intend to store?
More solar power.
Okay.
because
all
that's
right.
the only other energy we've got right now.
We do have solar power currently.
And Laura feels less bad about this mana battery because it was, one of the ones that was filled just from the ambient atmosphere and
It sure was.
and not a bunch of squished fish and or other things.
Yeah. Just so we know, the auctioneer, who might also just be straight up the devil, calls mana batteries tree souls. In case you're wondering.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and make me a 20-sided roll.
Oh boy. It's clearly not going great.
It looks like a 2.
It's better than a 1, but it's not
It
doing
is
great.
better than a 1. So, Lord, where'd the mana battery explode?
I would like to play a card.
Yeah, hit me.
Just gonna be a 10.
Okay, we're just making it a 10.
It's just gonna be a 10.
Absolutely. So, Lore, where did the mana battery start to explode, and how did you get it safed?
It started to explode in her office.
Oh, that's a solid place for it to start to explode.
I mean, where else do you think I was gonna keep it?
Not even a workshop. Like, Phil and Crisis are just like, I have no idea why you don't do this in, like, our workshop. And they got all their tools out, all 3 of you around the desk poking at it. Crisis is just like, are you sure we can get solar power into this? And, like, Phil is, like, really annoyed because he can't get the latch off at the top of it because, like, it was, like, he's like, what did you beat to death with this thing? As he's, like,
Another
wrenching
mana battery.
He's wrenching it. It's like, oh, that makes sense. And then all of a sudden, you just hear the glass like crack, and you start hearing that like. Tss. So how are we stopping this from exploding? We know it's going to explode. We know it's going to explode, but we know that you have prevented damage, and I'm going to still give you something out of it.
Oh. Basically just immediately wrapping it, because it still had the fabric it was wrapped in, immediately wrapping it back up and then just like running it down and somewhere where we can just keep it enclosed and pressurized inside of another container. The goal is not to stop the explosion. The goal is to at least like get it inside something else so it does less damage, and somehow by getting it inside something else it at the very least doesn't hurt a bunch of other stuff. It's not great.
We just get an amazing scene that is just like Lore, Phil on one side, who is a
fish stinger.
Right? Phil is a large dragon man, by the way. He doesn't like he might have tiny little wings. He resembles like Bowser. But in a lab coat. And he's just like running in slow motion next to Lore. And then there's just like Crisis, who is an very like otter-sized otter, like river otter-sized otter, man. And he's just hauling ass too. And like he jumps up and grabs onto like one of the disposal chutes and like motions for you to throw it down there. And like if you do, he slams it closed, and then Phil slams his back against it, and just the explosion rocks through the entire building. I think everybody in the Silver Thimble hears this explosion. But then, like, as like you see some green fumes coming out of the garbage disposal, Phil looks at a little like a little dial next to him. He's like, oh, look at that. We're running at 180% power. That'll be handy. There's also definitely a fire on the ground somewhere, but not a big one. It's not going to burn down the factory, but somebody's having a bad day.
It's okay. We have fire extinguishers. We're OSHA certified.
Ah, shit. we haven't even seen Osha in this game yet, but we mentioned it multiple times.
Clearly, no one has done
8.2.
something so heinous that they felt the need to show up yet. Which says a lot about the things we've done.
For sure, like, the second we see Osha, it's over for the fucking Silver Thimble, though. It's gonna be like, one of your officers just licks things. Another one of your officers also just kind of licks things. Right. So, Arel or Patagon, either one of you two have something that you've been up to?
I mean, I probably just keep working on the public access channel thing we were working on earlier this month.
Oh, I forgot Patagon runs his own little public access show now. Fucking definitely, because they got the centipedes out of there. Fulgurlight has set up their tower for you all. Like, right here, under Patagon's supervision. Like, because they don't leave Fulgurlight, but they will send you all the plans and materials. So, Patagon, yeah, and you guys already made that roll. These towers are already set up, and they're like, it's gorgeous and like matches perfectly. Now this entire side of Seasonal can watch Patagon's like access television show, public access television show, and like we already rolled for this too. It's doing fucking great. Everybody watches your show. Like, people up in Continent love your show. The Otters of Holt love the show. Delve, they've invented their own weird screen, like ceramic TVs, so that they can watch your show. The Mayor, all the little bee people, like all the people that keep the bees, love it. Hymnal, Hymnal for the most part does not watch your show, but Cullet, you're a hit in Cullet, and they run bootleg tapes to Happenstance.
Nice, pretty fun.
Just fantastic. Who was your latest guest? Did you bring somebody on? Did you have a guest? It could be a PC or NPC. That either one. Or make something up.
Yeah, I was thinking probably latest guest would be Krieg. You know, since it is the talk of the town. You know, have to have at least a morning talk show esque.
Yep, that makes perfect sense. Is Krieg in the chat right now? I saw him there earlier, but I don't know if he's still there. I don't see him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't have to do anything specific now, but that probably...
No, I was like, if he was there, I was going to offer to make a roll to see how he does. Not how you do. You're doing great. But, like, did he roll a 1 and have, like, a breakdown on your fucking public access show? We'll never know. He's not here. I would never make the roll without him.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right. So, Arel, how's Arel taking all of this? Like, a city is burnt down, very close to the, side, very close to those words, but none of the fire got over there. There's a lot of magic going on, but you can't investigate it because it's behind, like, a bubble. And Soki's magic, you might also find incredibly fascinating, for the record, because it doesn't work the same way that other magic in this world works. But you can see through the bubble vaguely and see this, like, absolutely gargantuan salamander, like, literally, like, reorganizing a city to be how he wants... Did I say alligator? I meant salamander. Like, reorganizing the city to look like how he wants it to. Like, he's flooded the streets by, like, diverting the river. He's, like, smashing buildings together to make what looks like a chair or a throne. That's what's happening in Dyad. You can be anywhere, though.
I think with the influx of people, now with the Silver Thimble, Arel has panicked a little bit and defaulted to what she would do as a librarian, where she's went around asking people, obviously trying to categorize who's actually now here in the Thimble, as well as if they have any magic, trying to then pass that information on to any higher-ups.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like, magical levels. Yeah, roll me a 20-sided. Let's see how this worked out.
I know what
I did that. I just know you did that in the Twitch chat.
I do that all the time. I try to click the Twitch chat maps constantly. 18, absolutely. So, for the most part, the citizens of Dyad are without magic. There have definitely been a couple, and you are able to keep your eye on them if you would like to. There's definitely a group from Folksong that are here. They mostly look like just your standard people. Like one of them's a satyr, one of them looks like to be some kind of like frog person, but not the same as like the frog people from here. Distinctly folk song. Like wears a silly hat, big robes. You've definitely seen him around the library and the academy a couple of times. And yeah, it seems like an entire like the most magical people are a group of scholars looking for something, but now they are here, and like some of their robes are burnt and stuff like that. But you can keep an eye on them for sure, and or let whoever you would like know of their existence.
Yeah, I think I would probably write it down and then try to pass it off to any higher ups just to say, hey, these people have magic. Obviously, I'll keep an eye on them as best I can, but just letting you all know in case anything goes awry.
Peanut takes the list and he's just like looking at it. He's like, okay. You say they're from Folksong though, not Dyad natives.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay. That does make sense. Checks out. We will add this to the list. You know what? Let's get these guys homed in some of those... and then the massive explosion at Fishtinger happens. And, like, Peanut jumps. And, like, now Peanut's, like, super frizzy cat.
The apartments that are right next to the explosion.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I've been promised they're gonna be safe. I've been promised they're gonna, like, we're gonna need to make sure, like, really zhuzh these places up so they want to live next to that once in a while. So yeah, he's gonna give them apartments that you all can keep an eye on them, like the 4 scholars from Folksong.
I thank him, and I think I just go around my regular business.
Right, and so like now we like approach today, and like today I think we've got Laura and Vatna. So you're all going on this adventure. Now you know that like Vatna like pointed at a part of the map, wanted to see what was out there. Like, well, there's a ship sinking on this map. That's a place we need to go. And you guys are all like looking for gifts for the marquee. And like the thing about the gift for the marquee is you need to intend it as a gift. Like you can't grab it for yourself and then decide you don't want it. When you grab it, you have to be thinking, this is a gift for the marquee. Just for the record. So everybody. So yeah. Lore, Vatna, Patagon, Arel, all of you are sitting waiting for the airship to return. Krieg promised it'd be back in no time. Like, he got Nickel to fly him out there, and they promised he'd be back.
What's taking them so long? Should be back by now. They should have been back before now.
That's not gonna bode well.
In the like,
Are the towers picking anything up from the other sides?
You don't have any towers down in Neverglades yet. Yeah, that's let me tell you, that's what I want September to be. I want to fill all these maps with towers so that we can start going to other places. That's what I want September's games to be.
Vanna's just continuing to gripe. I really want to get the teleportation implemented.
I think it does just like pulls up to the docking where it needs to dock, and just like you see Krieg with just bags, like money bags, literal money bags. They've got the $sign on the outside of them and everything thrown over both of his shoulders, and Truffles is like loaded with, and he's jingling as he's walking away with a big ass grin on his face.
We won't ask if you don't, but we need to use the ship.
I'm guaranteeing there's like a thumbs up like from Krieg as like he's also holding 2 money bags in between his teeth. And then it's like, wait a minute, what else did we find in yesterday's game?
The picture.
I think for that, Nickel is like walking off of the ship with like a rolled up piece of like a rolled up painting. It's just the outside is all that's shown, so you can only see the blank side. And he's blushing like crazy as he tries to walk past Lore. It's just like, I'm gonna set this in your office.
We'll talk about this later. Lore's just like, okay. Shrugs.
It's definitely that fucking like reaches. You know how Nickel, when he's like getting ready to like hurt somebody, does the thing where he pulls off his tie all dramatically. It's that, except for it's just loosening it to be like.
I'm just thinking that Nicole blushes a really intriguing color. Might have to get dressed in that color later.
So yeah, oh yeah, Karam walks off with a door, like just a big ass door. And you will see Joaquin looks fucking haggard, everybody. Joaquin's like one eye is like blood red, bloodshot. It's like Karam can't make eye contact with Lore because he threw Crabbert to his death.
And also saw the picture.
Joaquin walks off with what looks like just an empty bottle with a cork in it.
I just say to Joaquin as he passes. So good mission then, yes?
I think I don't want to speak for Joaquin, but like maybe thumbs up, but that like gets off the boat and goes immediately to their office. Joaquin has heard some shit in the last couple days. Alright, so all aboard the airship, I suppose. So, you guys are looking for over here. You can see in this map, it already is stormy. Like, this is the side of the world. Like, that is what that place is. This is much worse than regular. It's much, much worse because apparently they had Osiria run the numbers for how bad the weather's going to be and how bad the lippy crabs are. And Osiria rolled a 1, so the weather is much worse. And lippy crabs are way more dangerous.
Oh, good.
It's like I'm not in control of these rolls.
Yeah, throw Crabbert off the side at the lippies as we pass.
Okay, yeah, for sure. We can be on our way right now. Yeah, roll me a 20-sider. Just throw a Crabbert.
Chronomancer played this card. Item, Crabbert.
Having no context that this is a thing, Vatna just yeet.
Each day, Crabbert's diameter of anger against lippy crabs grows.
Yeah, roll the ad.
Do you like that sound? Neither do I. But do you know who does? Krieg Fernex. He cooperated with the enslaving and imprisoning of flamingos. Do you really want Silver Thimble to be represented with such a horrendous image? With Babber, you won't have to worry about that. You'll be able to rest easy having a mayor that has been successful in his entrepreneurial endeavors, and he will bring that same passion and drive to Silver Thimble. Rebuilding a stronger future today. I am Bobbert and I approve this message.
oh, like Bobbert has hacked you guys' fucking intercoms, and you guys have to watch the ad as you like, everybody's like focused on that as Vatna's throwing Krabbit off the side, and you just see like, I can't remember what it was. It's just like somebody goes to set something free, and all of a sudden, like a shark or something goes swooping out
Or
and just snap.
like a hawk on a rabbit.
Right? Yeah, it's just like you guys just see a giant like crab pincer snatch Krabbit out of the air, and then just and you hear it dinging all the way down.
Oh, that was unexpected.
Yeah, it's like a fucking like emergency thing coming through the beacon. It's just like coming through Laura's cell phone. She can't turn it off. It's just like, vote for Bob. It's like, no. Yeah, so that was a 1. Literally everybody saw you do that. It's just like,
I heard a rumor that it gives you luck.
At the very least, it distracted the lippy crabs.
for a very short time, like you see another one like coming up behind you, and it's like it's starting to leap for the ship, and then a bolt of lightning rips through the sky, and it retreats to its shell, like immediately. It willingly falls down these waterfalls inside of its shell. Then the other one that just ate Crabber also like hunkers into its shell as you see it like grabbing tightly onto the rocks with its claws, and just they all hunker down because this storm is getting worse.
Yeah, Patagon's double checking that he's securely belted into the seat.
Can we make sure that can we use that info to help prepare for what's the severity of what's to come?
Oh no, that was a 1. You can't use anything of that for positive. It's a catastrophe.
No, I mean, just the information of like even the crabs are the lippy crabs are worried.
Oh, for sure. Like, yeah, you guys will know the threat level. I'm also just going to show you the threat level as lightning begins to strike the airship.
Nice.
Hey, Arel, can you give me a 20-sider?
Oh, yeah, sure. 2 seconds. I don't know what to do. Sorry about this. Oh.
No, you're fine. So, 15 full success. So, this lightning is how do I? All right. So the people of Folgerlight have learned how to like turn magic into like electricity, but they have also done it without killing spirits. They can just attract spirits to their like copper ball, like their copper things. Patagon has been studying with them, and like I think you and Patagon can be talking about this as like you guys are like watching the meters go up and down. This is I want to use the words man-made magic, but not like this isn't a normal storm. Like this storm was created by someone for some purpose. Like whether this was the purpose or not, you don't know. But at one point in time, magic, like the spirits have been coerced into causing these storms. And like you will know, as like Arel has been from this world, this entire side right here, the side that is like to the east, is almost a mystery. Like it's almost like the Bermuda Triangle. You don't send ships into there. Like people don't come back. It's, as far as you know, it's a massive storm that it has always been there and will always be there. That once in a while will shoot off a storm like you are facing right now. And you might think it's a bad idea that you guys came here during the storm.
I'm confident.
Just all right, yeah, absolutely. The confident, like Patagon, you seeing these things too. Is Patagon also confident?
Not to the level of some of the other, party members. Definitely looking at this like there's something going on here.
Oh, but don't worry. You're a little bit more confident because confidence has got played.
Woohoo! Well, that's good.
It's just like, no, it changes everything. Cannon set. Let's rock. All right, so you guys are like approaching this boat, and here's the first map of today. But you might also notice there's a little guy in a boat down here.
There's a dude.
There's a little guy in a boat.
Yeah, what the fuck you doing down there?
How's he looking?
Like a capybara, man. Like, in a boat, he is meditating. He's very calm. The waves are like constantly trying to flip his ship, but like he is just like zen right now. He's just trying to pretend that he's not about to die.
Yeah.
But this is the boat you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
It can move too. If I deem it necessary.
This thing has fishing nets.
Yeah, we might need to assist the capybara man there and be like, hey, you shouldn't be out in the water right now.
Let's try and nab him with one of the fishing nets.
See, we've got a loudspeaker on this thing that might get through the storm a little bit.
Oh, for sure. What do you shout down to him?
Hey, would you like to get out of the rain?
I think like you got multiple things. This isn't rain. This you can see it coming. This part rain hasn't started hitting here. It's hail. It is fucking softball-sized hail.
Would you like to get out of the weather?
You see him like he's just really just taking it in. Patagon, you can see that he is like resonating with his own energy, which is. How much time have you spent with Karam since he started like doing the emptiness thing?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I think we've been around a couple times when.
Have you seen him do that? Like, have you been in a game where he's used his null stuff with him? Have you ever been in a game with Karam?
I don't think so on either of those counts. Actually, I'm thinking about it.
Okay, so like you wouldn't like Patagon just wouldn't recognize it. But he stands up and like he like it looks like he's about to shield his eyes from the hail and stuff, but instead he shields the like little orange that's on his head as it's got a little candle in it. He shields that and he's just like, oh, and then like he's like moving his lips and like waving his hands, but you guys are pretty far away from him to hear you to hear him. But he can hear you.
Sounds like he wants uppies.
I think we're to take that as a yes.
We have a rope ladder for this.
All right. So we're lowering the rope. I'm gonna make a roll for him. This is how well he's gonna be at it. Oh, he is. He's bad. Everybody. Hold on. I got this. Okay, so as you are trying to lower the rope ladder, a giant wave is coming in. This is a huge wave. And like it's about to just like smash down. Like you guys can try to save him. Like, but you have to tell me what you give up to save him. Because somebody's getting hurt here.
Well, we already originally sacrificed Crabbert, so that's not an option.
Let's say, do we lifeboat on this thing? I'm trying to think of something.
I'm good if you guys just want to get the whole thing hit with this giant wave. We can play that game.
I was gonna say that or
I could get knocked off the side. I was already there, like, futzing around with the Crabbert thing.
But I was gonna say Lord ties the rope around her waist and dives down. Which is not gonna be pretty. It will definitely hurt. It would definitely hurt.
I mean, at least if you can stick the landing into the water, it might not kill you.
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider and make sure you don't hit a 1 so that you hit don't hit the boat itself with your dive. Ah, fucking 2. That
Jesus
2 is so funny. That don't you panic. Nobody panic. I've got something for this one too.
Okay.
Unless somebody's making that a 1, then I'll get something else.
Please don't.
Or 2.
I'm just gonna.
Is the one just the Family Guy death pose?
No, I'm just gonna do this myself.
This is how we spiral.
And I'm just gonna change my dice color. I've
The
apparently
category
picked the
upset,
color
1
of
second.
2.
You already.
She middle of the road in it. We're good.
Well, things are being slow. All right.
Yeah, it's alright. I think okay. You're gonna learn something about these waters. Give me a little lore token, thank you. Itty bitty lore. Trying to help little Kappa bro. Hey, this thing's just coming out of the water for you. It just sees Laura jumping off as this huge fucking, like, shark just, like, leaps out of the water and is attempting to, like, snatch Laura right out of the air. So your tough choice, Laura, is you can avoid the shark or you can save the capybara. But the shark's going to take something with it.
Find something.
Oh, I would like you to define something.
Oh.
Ribs grow back.
It's like I would accept a limb. I would accept a magic item that, like, you had dangling out of your pocket that it took.
I mean, you do have lots of magical items, right?
I do have several things on me.
Sharks are always bad guys, everybody. I'm just telling you that right now. Sharks are just bad guys. If you see a shark in one of my games, it's the bad guy. I don't like sharks.
We're gonna save the capybara.
Absolutely. What didn't you save, though? You saved him. Good job, Lore. It's like, what's the most fun thing to lose, you know? Is it a hand? Does Lore get a cool pirate hook? When Lore becomes a fish, does she have a cool little pirate fin? Hook fin? Is it a leg? Do you get a cool peg leg? Oh shit, just like Patagon. Sorry, what was that, Arel?
Could lose an eye and get a really cool eye patch.
Could lose an eye. Like, a lot of people have been losing eyes lately.
I already have an injury on an eye, though.
So
Yeah, do you lose your mind? Are you now petrified of sharks forever? Which is really funny. Every time you look in the mirror in the morning, like, oh! Got a little spook.
I mean, worst thing for a pirate to lose is their hat.
You lose your dignity. Everybody sees that painting. It's a big, like, fucking crew meeting, and Nichols trying to like get to your office, and he slips, and then like it goes up on the overhead projector.
I mean, as a technical question, do the shark's teeth count as blades?
Sure.
Because I'm wearing the armored corset. So, like, technically, Lore takes half damage from blades, which is, I think, the only thing that saves her from losing a chunk of her, but I lose the corset.
Yeah, I fully accept that. That works. And yeah, like, the shark then, does, like, tries to do, like, a tearing action, but, like, you're holding too hard onto the rope. Everybody up top, because it was a 1 that got us into this situation, can you 3 that are holding the rope, like, pull her up? Or pull these 2 up?
Well, if she's down there, I think I have to be at the helm.
Alright, sure, absolutely.
So yeah, it'd be Arel and I then.
Yeah, Arel and Patagon. You guys can use abilities for this. I'm not like... however you would pull them up.
I would try and maneuver the ship to help them up and away from the big thing.
All right.
So yeah, I think I'll be assisting the rope moving with like telekinesis, essentially, to try to help move the both Lower and everybody up. The rope. So I think that's just a 1 AP kind of situation.
Absolutely. And Arel, how you doing on this adventures thus far?
I'm a little bit seasick, but doing fine. I haven't got any fancy abilities. I'll just be having to pull this rope by hand.
All right, that sounds great. Let's get 3 20-siders here, as Laura's just hanging on while being bit by a giant shark. Okay, the 4's a dangerous one. Let's see if we can get higher than the 4, though.
Dude, I will roll this in a second. I have to move my cat off my desk.
Okay, sure. So far, Sept's 13. 13, you say?
My lucky 13. What are you talking about?
I'm predicting this will be a nat 20.
No, that would have been...
rigged against me. 2 seconds.
So, so Vatna, something about the way that you pull, like the way you move, is actually like not the worst you could have, but like something went wrong. Did a wave crash into the ship? What threw off your direction?
Fighting the weather as well as trying to point the ship so that it's pointing into the wave in case it does hit us and we don't get out of here in time.
Nah, okay.
Not really lending too much to the rope situation.
Solid. And Eris, like you're gonna be able to pull them up with Patagon's help. With like the telekinesis, you're gonna be able to get them up. But without that help, you wouldn't have been able to. What's going wrong back there? Are the ropes too wet? Are they too heavy?
I mean, I'm a librarian. I'm not built for this.
Absolutely, just not there for it.
I don't lift. The only thing I lift is books.
But Patagon, like you see, like Arel struggling, and you're able to like make the connection through the telekinesis and get them both onto the ship safely. But like it's exhausting.
Well, this is a great start. Everyone's safe? No one.
Capybara bro is just like, whew. Oh, and he looks up, he's just like, oh, it's you. Oh, I thought it would be a good time for me to go on my own adventure, because, like, You know,
Everyone, hang on! And
it's the fucking
just
wave hits.
zoom.
It's just like the fucking capybara is just like holding on for dear life, and like the shark does submerge back underwater as you guys watch the capybara's like ship just like get thrown around. He's like, no, I had papers on that ship. He's just like, you see just a single tear, or maybe it's not a tear, maybe he's just really wet, but it looks like a tear is just running down his face.
Well, you can also get more paper.
Well, not those ones. I got them from that ship.
Oh.
Oh, what a coincidence! You can help us look around.
It's like we're going to that ship just now, so.
In this weather? Are you guys out of your minds?
Yep.
We should get back to safety.
I mean,
Nope.
you were out here in this weather.
I was out here before this weather.
You could have hid in the ship.
Oh, I don't think you got. Okay. All right. I'm in. All right. Just like in case we haven't met before, I'm 7 something or other. I don't remember which one they told me I was.
What's an East? Can't remember.
Is he E7?
Maybe. I can't remember now.
Right. I think like everybody is like I more than anyone else have started forgetting what I've named these guys. So that one's on me.
We'll just go with 7 for now.
Yeah, 7. He's like, all right, I like that 7. So you guys are taking your airship closer to the ship then. How are we docking onto the ship, Vatna?
Is it? It is as it looks on screen. So partially above water.
Yeah, partially above water. I would say, like, here, it's closer on this screen.
Roger. I think we try and attach ourselves alongside it so that we can, like, buoy the airship and help it act as a float and stabilizer.
All right, I'm down. What's everybody's part in this plan? Wow, that airship looks really weird if you flip it that way. Why does it look so weird that way?
Asymmetry, I guess? I don't know.
I guess so. Huh. It just feels really weird looking the other way. This ship is bigger than the airship, significantly.
But maybe it can make a difference.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that it can't, for sure. I'm here with that part of it. But
how much bigger is it?
I would say so. The airship in my head has always been roughly the size of like. I don't know enough words about boats. The size of like your normal ship that you see in like pirate movies. It's your normal pirate ship. This would be more like a trade ship from the whole like Indian Ocean situation. What was that called? Like, you know, in Pirates of the Caribbean. I didn't see Life of Pi. All I know about Life of Pi is there's a tiger. I'm talking like the ones with like the huge fucking like amounts of cannons and stuff like that. Like super fancy, the ones with basically ballrooms on them, like those kind of ships, like those kind of trade ships, absolutely huge. I would say it's only about 3 times bigger than your airship. But you can tell there's a ton of space to hold stuff.
I've had an idea.
Yeah, hit me.
We could potentially, if we can figure out where it's the ship is sunk, we could technically drag that back.
Oh, you want to drag the ship back?
Pretty certain we could.
How far away from land?
I will. Alright, so we are here. The closest land is up here. It's about, according to this, about 40 miles before you get to Dendroid. But you
That's
guys
also where
aren't
the squirrels are.
Yeah, you guys are not welcome at Dendroid. You have made no friends there. And also a giant storm is hitting. The Pixel Island is closest, but neither I nor you are ready for that right now. Because we don't have any cartridges, and we don't know what that island's like if you don't have a theme. I mean, I do. It's bad.
We don't want to know what that island is like if we don't have a theme.
You become the theme.
Have you ever turned on an NES when it just will not read that game and it just keeps blinking black, but then some really weird pixelated images?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's what that island's like.
Is the island the equivalent of leaving the original Xbox on and you hear the scary as hell noises randomly?
I don't know what the scary as hell noise is when you leave a Xbox on it. I've never owned an Xbox, everybody. I'm sorry.
If I remember, there was some weird noises that used to play if you kept it on idle.
It was the sound of the system overheating.
But we could definitely... it would probably take us twice as long to get back, but we could technically drag the ship with us. If we can fix the hole.
Oh, we're trying to fix the hole. All right. Yeah, okay.
We have that kind of time,
Maybe.
But
I
maybe.
mean, what's a better gift than a whole ship?
Right?
It's true
So
when it
maybe
does
find
hit their
that hole.
colors.
I mean, vampires, pirates... They're in a Venn diagram, and that Venn diagram's a circle.
Wait, do you just assume that all pirates are vampires and all vampires are pirates?
I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, my bad.
Mm. I've only met a couple of vampires to tell.
Vampirates, absolutely. All right. Oh my God, Arel. No. Arel, you were onto something so fucking cool here. I think Arel has read something at some point in time. Now, there's a lot of people vying for a lot of positions, and you would think the Vampire Marquis counts as one of the most prestigious positions in the world. But the Vampire Marquis, huge fan of chicken wings, by the way, in case anybody didn't know. Loves them. Vampire Marquis also has a secret goal in his life. He wants to be a pirate queen. As do most villains in this world. And villain is a strong word to put on the Marquis. He just wants to dance. Eat chicken wing sauce and become a pirate queen. One of the 7 pirate queens. If you could deliver onto him a ship, then let me tell you, he would be very excited. But that means the second you guys land on this boat, we are moving forward with the intention of giving this boat as the gift.
I'm down with that, and I've just had an idea that I will share depending how this ship turns out.
All I know is that the Pirate Marquis clearly just wants to find the One Piece.
They do really just want to find the One Piece.
Think
And that
about
One Piece is to kill one of the first pirate queen. Most of them do not like the first pirate queen. Yeah,
Think
sure.
about Think about that is, Vatna would be thinking Vatna would kind of be looking for a ship ever since the captain took his last one. So if Vatna landed on this ship and with the intent of giving it away, I wonder if that would just rankle him too much.
I mean, you could be wrangled by it for sure, but I think Arel and Lord just claimed this as their gift.
I think, if you think about it, We did technically say we're giving him the ship. We didn't say what we're giving him. What's inside the ship? That's ours.
The ship he can have.
Agreed.
I'm looking this up, but I'm looking this up, and I actually genuinely think you can pull it. We could pull this with the airship.
Oh, I'm definitely down for you guys giving it a shot.
Yeah, if we can get it patched up and refloated, we should be able to pull it.
Yeah, it'd be fucking great if any of you brought any engineers with you. Everybody's just like, God damn, what's Leo doing right now? It cut a hard cut to Leo in this storm, but inside a house in happenstance, just with the Beetleborgs just fucking dancing. Just dancing his ass off. That's what's going on with Leo.
You know what? Good for him. He needs to enjoy himself sometime.
It's like, literally, one more time on the map for everybody. Literally, Leo is right here. Like, Leo, Tarkus, Gemini, and Valentina are just in happenstance.
So if we, like, pulled it in this direction, we would be dragging it towards Leo.
Which might be a little bit farther than Dendroid. But it's not Dendroid.
Doesn't look like Dendroid Central, at least.
I'm for not Dendroid myself. We gotta truly try this. Let's
try it. Let's go.
I mean, I've read up a few books before on, well, ships. We should be fine.
Hammerpaw would actually be even slightly. Oh, sorry, that's focused on. Would even be a bit more dangerous because this is Hammerpaw here. Hammerpaw is like, could you kill your thing? I don't know. I can't kill it as GM for some. Yeah, thank you. So
it was gone on my screen. Sorry.
Yeah, it's so weird. This is Hammerpaw. Might get it added to the map officially eventually, but didn't know Hammerpaw existed before the game started. But yeah, so all right, so I guess Seven hops down and he's just like, okay, if we're really doing this, I can show you guys a couple around to where I found the papers I had earlier. I saw the hole. Well, I saw at least one of them, so we're gonna have to shear this place up. I'm no engineer though. Like, I don't know how to repair anything.
I think possibly what we'll need to do is investigate the ship to find the holes, then use our airship to lift it up a bit so that we can then repair the holes and the water flows out. At least that's what I fear it is.
Should we split up?
Typically, every time I've split up with someone, it ends up in a terrible situation, so we might as well stick together.
Until we absolutely must be split up, yeah. I think we're gonna need every hand we can get to try to repair these holes.
Last I was on a sinking ship, we split up and it was fine. But I'll stick with it.
Yeah, so you guys, there are two entrances that you guys can see. You can see the captain's quarters with its the door is blown completely off, and just like you guys are starting to feel the hail now. And again, about softball to cantaloupes or muskmelons, like that size hailstones are smashing into the ship and all around you. The airship has its own like shielding situation. We know that because people keep playing shield cards on it, which means it must have shields. So it's
been in a few too many battles.
Right, it's just a little. It's been up to it. So that is where we are. Are we going into the captain's room, or are we just going downstairs? The captain's room is on the deck and has not been submerged in water yet, so that is probably not the likely spot of the holes. And Seven is offering to go down to show you where he saw some cracks.
I mean, once we've got the ship back, we can always investigate the captain's quarters.
Unless they'll get ruined if they get wet.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, this is when splitting up would be a good thing.
Vatna dies of dysentery.
If we check the captain's quarters, we could find some information about the design of the ship as well.
Ooh, that is a good point, actually.
Good point. We're gonna need all the help we can get to try to make this float.
Absolutely.
Check out the quarters.
Alright, so captain quarters first then? Is that what we've all agreed on?
That's
Okay.
my favorite choice.
Seven's just like looking back and forth, and he like sidles up to Arel, just like okay, but like we gotta make this quick. Nobody seems to be under the same amount of like stress that I'm having right now. I don't know if you guys all realize that we are and then a giant fucking like hailstone like crashes into the deck right next to him. It explodes as it hits. Go ahead.
You looked quite peaceful on your ship.
I have to get into that state of mind. I was just really ready to die, you know. But we can do this. I'm good. I'm solid. You're right. I'm a peaceful, serene, quiet, and you see him like put his hands together like he's getting ready for a prayer. That it's like a circle situation. Do you guys know what like contact juggling is? Like fushigi? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I've been learning it.
Oh, fucking awesome. 10 out of 10. I think fushigi's awesome. And if you guys think it's dumb, fuck you. You haven't watched Labyrinth.
Yes!
It's awesome.
Sorry. Oh, that's why I learned it. I've been learning it.
So like he's moving his hands as though he has one of those. That's about roughly the size of an orange. Like, and you could swear you could see the orange that he's like doing that with, and he gets like a little shield over his head at like an umbrella, and you can see like the hail bouncing off of it. It's not perfect, like it bounces and like shrapnels in all directions, and he's just like, thank you, had to get myself under control. 7 has the opposite of Karam's emptiness ability. 7 can project his AP or like his magic in such a way to make solid objects around him, or even like not he doesn't have to physically touch anything.
Is that a spell?
That is 7's like depends on what you I'd say technique, but something that could be studied.
I was looking at my scroll ability.
I don't. You could learn it. You could learn this, Arel. I don't know if this is the time to learn it, but if you guys all make it out, 7 is definitely going to be good. It's definitely a fighting technique. He can he's like absolutely, and like you see like a hailstone that's about to like hit Lore, and he like pushes his palm out, and it just shatters. But like from like 4 feet away from where his fist was or where his palm was.
Is that a projection of your reality?
He's just like, oh, it's a bargain I made with the spirits. They agree to help me, and I help them.
You talk to the spirits as well.
We're gonna roll 20-siders here to see hailstones for people at this point. So you guys have a tough choice. We can keep this conversation going, or you can all take 2 damage.
What happens if we take 2 damage?
You each got hit by a hailstone that he was not able to guard.
We should probably just get into the captain's quarters.
Yeah, let's go.
B7's like, you're right. A little bit less serene, a little bit more panic. And like you see his shield shrink a little bit, and he's just like, yeah! As you guys run towards the cabin. 7's
I would
my
love
new
to
favorite.
continue
Sorry,
this
everybody.
conversation when we are high and dry.
So, we go into the captain's quarter. I have no idea why Midjourney thinks that this is what a captain's quarter, like a sleeping room, must look like. But you can see a couple of things. First off, it is a fucking wreck, and there are hammocks hanging everywhere, as though the entire crew must have like came to the highest point to sleep.
Is it just this model ship in the?
There's just a model that a lot of these maps, let me tell you, are gonna have like a ship somewhere in them, because whenever you type sinking ship into Midjourney, it's just like, oh, you want to see like the room, and you also want to see a ship sinking at the same time, right? That's what you wanted. That's what you asked for.
So this guy must really like ships, and if he had ships inside of his ship.
Maybe
He had a ship inside.
Maybe he has a scale model of this ship.
Ooh, what
Look
if
around.
What if the captain was really small and he's got actually functional little ships?
So, is everybody just looking around? Obviously, Vatna's looking for a tiny model of this ship.
I'm gonna try and see if there's any what are they called? It was suggested that there potentially being blueprints for the ship.
Absolutely. Lore and Patagon, what are you guys looking for?
Laura would be looking for like papers or plans of the ships, or like any sort of written down information.
Yeah, at this point, I'd be looking through all the junk pieces, seeing if there's any like parts like that could be used to help for the repairs. You know, something, just anything essentially sturdy enough to plug holes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, go ahead and give me rolls. $19, real good. Wait, wait, everybody gets to roll twice. Sorry. Horseshoes and hand grenades isn't working anymore. That's what I want to check for, but... 2 tough choices for Vatna. It looked like it was going to be a 2. That was going to be a 2, and I won't be lied to. And can you roll me 2 20-siders, Arel?
Yes.
Oh, I got the 2.
Oh, no. Roll twice, or...
It just rolled 2, so just do 2d20.
2d20. I'm not sure how this works, to be honest, sadly.
I completely understand. That was a 12 until the 9, like, till the other die decided it wasn't.
I've been ripped off.
Okay, so who rolled successes? So, Patagon, what did you find that will make amazing, an amazing tool to plug these holes, as you find them? Like,
yeah, so it's probably gonna be a combination of like a tar-like substance, and then either scrap metal or scrap like wood chunks, essentially to try to glue and or wedge it back into.
I'm sorry, I was typing to stylus right there. I'm sorry, what did you say? Like something wedge-shaped?
Like essentially like cork wedges or something big enough to plug the holes, and then like a tar-like substance to help like seal.
Oh, like so the whole sealing kit, like somebody like one of the people like brought that up here.
Yeah.
And like, oh yeah, so you guys found the kit that is designed to do this, like, to do this thing. And I think because it's a 19, and like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna boost it up to a 20 because I've got the power. I can do that. Where's my card? My thing. Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna make that a 20 as 7 like pulls out a pump. He's like, I found this. Like, it's a little portable pump thing. That you gotta crank it, but it will pump water out of a room so you can drain a room. Alright. So Esmie did roll Laura rolled a success with a 12. So Laura, you find paperwork that look like trade manifestos. Like, this ship has come from, and Laura is not a bureaumancer. Nobody in here is a bureaumancer. So nobody... can you roll me one more die, or tell me, or give me a reason that you're going to be able to know that this ship did not come from the Celestial Sea, but it was full of items from the Celestial Sea? Like, would somebody have shown you the Celestial Sea's font, or like, do you recognize it somehow? You know, anything like that.
I think, yes, Laura would have been shown the Celestial Sea's font at some point in time, because everyone keeps talking, every time she meets someone new that knows about the Celestial Sea, they say, oh, you must be from here.
That is true. They do say that all the time. So yeah,
And
you
so
can
they'll
tell.
be like, hey, look what I got.
Like this boat has like traveled from the Celestial Sea. It has gone through the storm. Like you see the mandates like through the storm, and it picked up. It says on it that it picked up a large amount of salt, and like has the salt stored away. And then it starts turning into a journal at some point. It's just a captain's log. Lost my journal. It's just like the water keeps rising. It's just like unknown why the ship is falling apart. It's just like the leak has yet to be found. Sent somebody down below. It's just like they are yet to return. There's something else down there.
And Laura's going to share all of this information with everybody else. So they all know.
Here.
Absolutely. So, Arel, you rolled a tough choice, and Vatna, you rolled a tough choice as well. Arel, you can find the blueprints of this room and of the entire ship, but something is wrong with these blueprints. Like, you can fully describe to me, like, you know how to get around this place, but one of the rooms is going to be wrong. Just completely wrong. Like, you're going to think that this is a storage quarters, but it was really the brig kind of situation. Or you can have the map. Oh, sorry. No. Scrap what I just said. That was a bad, tough choice. You can know the full layout of this ship exactly, or you can know where their secret treasure room is.
I think it'd be more interesting to find where the secret treasure room is, because hearing the salt, it seems like coming from this such high mighty place, it's a bit weird that there's only salt, right?
It's weird that they're afraid of salt. Like that they've been shipping like salt. Like salt trade is a normal thing for the most part. Like because we don't really have salty waters a lot of other places in this world or salt mines, so it's got to be traded from somewhere.
But I do when I look, I think, oh, I scroll through, I look for these bits of paper, and I think, oh, this might be for the ship. But upon looking, it seems that this is guiding me to a room that we'll have to be able to find the ship. Seems potentially.
I think this room could literally be under the captain's bed.
Is the captain's bed the big pirate ship?
Yeah. The captain's bed's the big pirate ship. Let me tell you,
I turn around.
that person was into pirates.
I kind of showed the papers to the rest of the group, and I'm personally not one to tamper with someone's bed, so if someone wants to tear it apart, feel free to.
Right. And for Vatna, you can find, you find a ship in a bottle situation, but it is kind of broke. Like, the jostling around, you can either have a fully intact, this ship in a bottle looks lifelike, really beautiful, or it can be, the bottle is broken. And, if the bottle is broken, that means you can look it around it. But if the bottle is sealed, it means it's a good item. Like, you could keep that, sell that. Somebody might like that as either a gift or just a thing.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, if I did find a model of this ship, I was thinking it would, like, be a perfect, like, side gift for the Marquis to, like, put on their mantle so they can even brag about it at home.
Absolutely, yeah. If you find you want that full one?
Yeah.
All right, full unbroken bottle. Yeah, so Vatna has it, guys. Like, Vatna, I'm gonna say like that adds to the gift for sure.
But but it can't be one or the other. It's got to be both.
Yeah, okay. We're giving both as a gift. Absolutely.
Well, it could be the full ship without the model. The model would be great.
Yes, yeah, you could definitely like if we lose the model, the gift does not like become less grand. You know what I mean? Like you guys have done that work. As long as you can get the ship to him, for fucking sure, I'm down.
I'm just gonna put that in one of my dimensional pockets. In the dress
For
of
sure.
many pockets.
Oh yeah. So what are you guys' plans now? Are we going under this bed, or are we like going further? I think that the secret room is just kind of like a crawl space room, not like a huge thing.
I think we should try and patch the hole.
Yeah.
All right.
The secret room isn't going anywhere, so I mean, if we can patch the hole and get it floating, we can come back and explore.
We could even leave the secret room for, well, Marcus. Actually, no. No, I'm joking.
It's like he might like it. You kidding? You kidding if he like looks around this place and he finds a secret room in there full of treasure and stuff? Oh,
Yeah, but that could be all progress.
this guy would lose his fucking mind.
I mean, he's getting a pirate ship with secret rooms.
Oh,
Secret rooms don't have to be full of anything. But they're a
Let me
great
tell you.
feature.
I've been a guy who's been in multiple new houses because I've moved around a lot. Every time I found a secret area in a place and it doesn't have something in it, I'm upset.
Again, but if they're going to be a pirate, you don't want to find a pirate ship that's already full of loot. You want to build that loot up yourself, don't you?
Like a dragon.
You know what?
This just. I would like to just say one thing real quick. The secret room just lends to the idea I had earlier that I was like, I had this idea. I don't know if I'm going to say it yet or not.
Yeah, fucking give me your idea.
We put the fucking painting in the ship.
Hide it.
Put the painting in the secret room.
Oh, can we angle it so it jump scares them?
This fucking ship.
Gotta get this ship out of here first, though.
Alright, so Seven is just gonna be like, alright, let's go. Let's get this. Like, he's carrying a water pump. You see Patagon, like, loaded with cork and, like, hammers and, like, things that, like, spread spackle. Is it spackle pallet? What is that called?
Yeah, I want to say that, yeah.
Knife? Is it
Knife.
a spackle knife?
Knife works.
Yeah, okay. Like heading towards any of the holes. See, look at this. They just put boats. They just put boats in the rooms.
Well, that's the problem. There's a ship in the hole.
Yeah, I think this one though. I took this one because, like, one of its lifeboats has crashed through the side. They were like the rigging got loose. So that's what you guys are dealing with. Like, this is moving back and forth right now. So if you want to fill this hole, you gotta like cut the boat away first. Situation. As everybody's like running through. This room has some water in it, and it is getting closer. Like, every time a wave hits this place, this room gets a little bit more and more full of water, and your footing gets less and less good here.
I will float the idea, but I do have a chainsaw.
He does have a chainsaw, everybody.
Oh, I'm going to give the ship inside the ship a salute, as you probably are going to cut it in half.
I'm gonna grab some life vests off of it first.
Jim couldn't find any flex tape. We all saw in the bottom half.
If Blueberries was here, he would like Blueberries would definitely have flex tape on him.
That's so perfect.
Blueberries is allowed to have that stuff. He's fucking weird.
Blueberries has interdimensional pockets or something. I don't know.
He does, like, he has, like, it's not even that he has interdimensional pockets. He's just always prepared and watched a lot of TV. Like, before, like, Rift Travel was off. Like, so anything you see seen on television, Blueberries has that.
So many
Is Blueberries
ShamWows.
the type of person to look at one of those products that's like as seen on TV and buy it?
Yes.
I bet the amount of ShamWows he has could help.
He's got
Right,
vintage
yeah.
all this water.
Definitely
This
has
is the one time everybody's just like, everybody's looking back and forth. You know who would be really handy right now? As Patagon puts on his safety goggles and pulls out his chainsaw. It's like, Blueberries would be really handy right now.
It's like, damn shame he's not here.
Have at it. I love
Seven's
that sound,
just-
though, by the way.
Seven's looking at that chainsaw. What's that?
Something fantastic.
Something I never get to play with.
Well, I call them rip and tear, and we're going to carefully remove this boat from the side of the hull so we can use it to repair the hull.
Yeah, carefully using that chainsaw.
Uh-huh.
Give me a 20-sider. Let's carefully use this chainsaw.
In hopes that it's actually...
What if we use the boat to plug the boat-sized hole?
I mean, yes, that was a great idea. Exactly what I was going for. I just had to roll first. But yes, that would essentially to try to remove it in such a way that we can use it to still wedge the rest of the hole.
For sure. Like as you're like tearing it, Seven is like lifting it in such a way. And Seven, like, again, his hands are not physically touching this while he's doing it. And you see like one of the spackle brushes, spackle knives just scraping it as like he's trying to put the tar on it. He's just like, any help would be great if you guys could just like grab a brush. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, I was just watching.
He noticed. He's just like, yeah, I have great technique. It's like this. And he like tosses you one of the knives with tar on it.
Try and mimic his wax on technique.
Exactly. Yep. So
Paint the fence technique.
exactly. Get it free, and then yeah, that again helps with the tarring and filling of all the holes.
Yeah, for sure. So this large hole has been solved. We have fixed this one. Lore and Arel, can you both roll me a 20-sider real quick?
Oh yeah, sure.
So we got a 14 and a 13. The 13 rolled at the exact same time, so we didn't see that. But they're both full successes. As you guys are standing on the floor, like you find one like dry spot to stand on, and underneath this, the ship is crumbling. It's like very crumbly, almost like termite situation. And if you go and investigate it further, so I'll let you guys do it. So, like, basically, your boot heels have gone through the wooden floor as these guys are like fixing this. Like, not all the way through, but it's crumbled a bit, and the wood is very brittle and dried out, despite the fact it's being flooded.
That's weird.
I don't know how... It's salty. Like, if it gets on your hands start to dry out, like, really, really fast. Have you guys ever seen the videos of, like, people putting their hands in the Dead Sea or in, like, parts of the Nile, and it dries immediately and their skin starts cracking, like, the second they pull it out?
No, but that sounds terrifying.
Because that sounds like acid.
That's haunting.
It's water so salty that it's basically acid.
Oh, that will affect the population.
So yeah, the ship deck is like very highly salted. and like it you can see, like, after you see it here, you can see it on the walls around where they were puttying up, where they were fixing up. Like, that spot that broke through was very salted, but they managed to fix that. Like, the rest of the walls aren't all salted. It's just pockets around the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know if this is a person here in the art, but it's not. They're not there. Go away.
There's some, like, oddly stacked debris.
Yeah, it's just like, it just gave you a little start. Also, you guys haven't seen a single person or body.
Or the remains of people, which is,
Yeah.
mildly concerning. Mildly.
Nah, it's fine.
I didn't know if we were all concerned about that or it was just me.
How many lifeboats were missing when we pulled in?
You know what? That's a very good point, Vatna. This is the only lifeboat that was still attached, so they probably made it out just fine.
I'm sure they mostly made it out just fine.
I will choose to believe that until told otherwise.
Until further evidence presents itself, they're fine.
Alright, so... Like, B7's just like, alright, so that's the big one. But there's got to be more down below, because otherwise they wouldn't have all been sleeping in that captain's room. And so, like, you guys like, we're going to pretend this is the
one
door.
hole you saw? Do we have to discover the others?
He's like, this is the hole I saw. Like, he's like, I got the things I needed from that room right over there. And he points to a storage closet with a door in it. And with a desk in it. And there was definitely, like, quill and a bunch of things written down, but there's nothing in there anymore.
A shame. What were they? As we're walking.
It's like, I was looking for a map.
What?
I promise you won't laugh.
We promise.
Promise.
The stars.
Ooh, I know a star.
They say that if you... Like, they had a map here that would give us a... They say there's a stairway into the stars during specific events where the sky lights up. You can see it. You can see other worlds. And if we
I get really close to his face. What else do they say about this stair?
It appears at random when the sky begins to glow green and then pink. It has to be on a cloudless night. But they haven't never told me exactly where. And like, on this world, I've been to many sides. I've been to 6 sides myself. And I've never once seen a stairway into the sky.
I was gifted once of what you described in a vision. I feel a pull in a certain direction towards it, but I have often just ignored it.
Which direction?
You said that was west south from Seasonal Island? Or east south?
East south.
Yeah, east
south. Yeah.
Hmm.
And like, you see him like take notes. He's good.
Perhaps we can discover it at some point together. If we can learn from each other.
He's just like, absolutely. If I can make it to the stars, I'll be the wizard for sure.
And like, mentally grinning at that little bit of information.
Oh shit, I forgot. Esmie did roll a 13.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you guys probably can't hear it because you don't have the stream on, but there's a ticking sound effect whenever you guys roll 13s.
Lovely. That's
Wonderful.
not a problem at all. Nope.
So you guys get to the next level down, and so we're looking for a flood. We're looking for a hole situation. How do you guys go about finding where the leak is? Because I'm gonna say that in here, everybody except for Arel, who I think is like 8 feet tall, like is at least at their knees in water. Couple things immediately that you'll notice. A, this water is salt water. The water near the Silver Thimble is fresh water. It's a river, but it does have creatures that seem too big to live in fresh water in it too, because it's magical. But this water is just straight up salt water.
Ooh.
You're in like an ocean-ass ocean. Or a very salty sea.
Or a very salty ship.
Right.
Or a very salty ship.
I was gonna say, with the knowledge of the fact that they were transporting salt at one point, I was like, I wonder if this is near or was the room where most of the salt was, because definitely has a higher salt content.
Can you roll me a 20-sider Patagon?
Yeah,
Look at that, 13.
a totally lucky number that we're totally not anything about ticking. Nope.
Yeah, it's not coming up a lot for any particular reason or anything. Trust me, we're good.
My lucky number, and I'm keeping it. Dang it.
Through
We
that's
still need
actually
a bingo card.
the fact that it is like your lucky number. Like there's a thing I might want to talk to you about coming up.
Okay.
Oh no.
You see, like over on the side, there is another door, and that door is like, you know when a door gets frosted over? How many of you guys have ever like worked at like fast food or anything and ever seen the freezer malfunction where it puts ice on the outside of the door too? Like, there's probably nobody. That's probably just a me thing, but
I've seen that, but I've also seen when something that is filled with salt dries up and the salt crystals form on the surface.
oh, okay, all right, yeah. If that happens in real life, for sure, that is what's
that does
happening.
happen in real life.
This door is solid, like crystallized salt.
I've got a plan in mind. Interesting one.
Oh, hit me.
I think so. This room this room has a hole in it, correct?
There's definitely a hole somewhere in this room.
I think if we can deter whether this was caused by a creature, I have an interesting plan.
Sure. What creature do you think caused this? You can tell me.
I believe there might have been a shark.
Oh, okay, the shark did it. All right, solid, absolutely. Lydia's up to no good. All right, so what's the plan? Like you find how do you find out that it is a shark? Are there just straight up shark teeth in it?
I like to imagine that when I'm looking over, I can kind of see general shape, like oval shapes, kind of similar to what you would when you bite something. You kind of got that general oval shape to it, and it's just a few of them around to where it's like, add up. Not the weather wouldn't do that kind of thing.
I think as you are seeing those holes, like the lightning flashes, and this part of the ship is underwater completely, you know, like it's filling up with water, but this is the underwater part of the ship that you're in, like the hull. And like out one of the portholes, you just see the giant sharks swim by the window.
Oh, lovely.
What's your plan to fix it?
I have an ability scroll for wizards, and I would like to. I'm gonna use it for a set. Do you happen to know what undo does?
I not right off the top of my head, but go ahead if you can.
I will cast it. I'll put the card in chat. But
Oh, I'm good. I got the book right here. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. You can, depend on the effort, you can undo the fate of an object. For example, you could turn a sculpture back to a block of marble, but I would like to return the damage from the hole and undo that and fix the ship through that.
Oh, for sure. Let's.
Because the prerequisite is that it was done by another creature.
For sure. Give me a 20-sided. The 20-sided is not whether or not this works, because I'm just gonna let undo rock. 19 is really good. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. Like Arel, you have to like sit yourself somewhere comfortable and then just do it. And you guys can see like this ship like putting itself back together, and Seven is fucking like on the pump just going to town as fast as he can, like because the water's not going anywhere, like, but the hole is.
You guys can see Arel. If you see the table at the back there, kind of shape, Arel is sat cross-legged on there, holding one hand to her temple and holding her palm outwards, trying to concentrate on the room itself.
And Seven's with you, pumping all the water, as much of the water out as possible. And like as like it begins creaking, the ship around you is creaking with the weight of everything changing. Like you guys see the door with the salt crystals on it, like pops, and the door starts to swing open as Arel is casting this spell. Like the door is swinging out towards you. It opens by pulling.
Like the way doors open in any kind of spooky movie.
Like in any kind of spooky movie. Think of the
loud
spookiest door.
creak.
Oh, for sure. And also you got like a giant shark's eye peering at you through a porthole.
Oh, lovely.
That's a smart shark, though, just so you guys know. Do you guys want to stay and help Arel? You were going into that door. We just closing that door and bordering it back up, because any of these options are really funny to me.
Just like, nope, nothing there. We didn't see anything.
Nope, this is a gift. This is a gift.
This is a present. This is a gift. This is a gift.
This is for the future boat owner to determine the fate of themselves. If it's not actively sinking, we're fine.
Yep.
All right, cool.
It's a boat and a new pet.
Hey, what?
Okay.
I mean, free shark?
That's like every vampire needs a pet shark, right?
If you bring it up to the secret rooms, you could just drop someone into a pit of shark. That's very dramatic. Vampires don't love that.
Yeah, it definitely has that like evil mastermind kind of feel to it.
Yeah, I think that camp like a villain feel. Everyone loves that.
All right, so we're just closing the door.
Yeah.
Put a note on it.
Yeah. All right, fuck yeah. What's the note say? Do not open. Do not open salt inside.
Yeah,
No, just do not open.
I thought the note would say like Osagov, which is just an abbreviation of oh shit, oh god, oh fuck.
It's like, oh, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah. All right, guys.
That's the name.
All right, so Arel, we fixed this floor of the ship up just fine, and like Seven has pumped the water out. Patagon has perfectly tarred like any place that's not like immediately fixed by the undo. I think Patagon's able to like run around like tapping up. Lore, as you've been looking around this place, this is an amazing boat. This boat must have been designed to like transfer thousands of pounds, like tons of stuff. But like there's evidence all around this place that based on where those teeth marks were in the ship and like the hole in the side, that somebody was actively trying to sink this ship. Like that shark wasn't attacking it to kill people and eat people. It was attacking the ship with the purpose of sinking it. Like somebody didn't want... Go ahead.
Sinking it for the sake of sinking it, or sinking it for the sake of, like, getting whatever was inside the ship out?
You tell me. What do you think? Does it look like somebody came in and stole something and got out? Or does it look like they just didn't want this stuff to get out into the world at all?
Was it 7?
7 did not do that. Just so you know, 7 is just like a scavenger. Like, he was looking for, like, to do business with the people that had this boat in the first place, because he hasn't been able to travel those lands. But he saw that their ship was sinking, and he just took advantage of that. So whatever, like, if it was stolen, Laura, if whatever was stolen, it cannot be the charts that he came here to get, because he did successfully get them.
Yeah. No, I would say it looks more like it was for the sake of like trying to destroy it and keep it from getting out anywhere.
Absolutely, yeah. I think somewhere on the ship, on the outside of the ship, where like the major hole, where the massive hole was, we can like roll back and see that Patagon. As you were like fixing that last bit of it, you notice what looks like a symbol that is a bolt of lightning coming out of a cloud.
Oh. Would it be similar to like the one we saw from No, that was the alchemist ones. Oh, never mind.
That was the alchemist for sure. But you guys have seen this symbol before. I can't remember exactly the party that saw it, but this is the symbol for the storm. One of the pirate queens.
Oh. All right. Well, then I will definitely show that to Lore and the party and be like, yeah, this symbol looks familiar from one of our previous missions. It was reported that it was the symbol of a pirate queen. So.
These queens seem important. I only have one queen. That is our captain.
For the queen! That party was Nickel, Cass, Charity, and Isaac. That does seem right. That's where Isaac started getting like his like bird powers that have not manifested yet, but don't think I haven't forgotten about them. All right, you four, how are we dragging this ship? Like, what does that look like? What materials are we binding it with?
So to connect it to the airship so we can, tow it?
Yeah, you guys have got it floating again. You've pumped out the water. You've like you've cleared out the holes. You guys have this big ass trade ship.
Do we know are the sails working?
I would not use the sails in this storm. That would cause more problems.
I wasn't thinking of using the sails, because there's usually ropes attached to them, which we could use temporarily to strengthen our tether.
Well, I think Vatna has a bunch of spare line and sail made out of his silk in his room from when it used to be a sail or an airship with sails. So we can use some of that.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that could definitely work, and like tying it to like getting the sails down, make sure that we're not like pulling against you guys, and then using the rope, tying it up.
I just pull it out and say, we used to use sails on this ship, but after the first mission, we used jet engines.
Yeah, things changed quickly.
I stole them.
I'm proud of you.
I was always wondering where those engines came from. Yeah, good to know.
It's just like they're out there. There are not actually. Fuck it, because a lot of things happened in the background that mean that the Starlight Organization, as like space cops, don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
You can blame a lot of that on like some real world like weird stuff, but mostly in story, Rennick, Castor and Pollux, Osiria, and Gemini caught so much fucking like shit in the universe while they were out there that basically everybody said fuck the police and overthrew the Starlight Foundation.
Based.
It's just like there's an entire fucking universe out there of just fuck the police. We call it ACAB.
ACAB.
All right, so yeah, how are we setting this up? Vatna, you got your fucking cool ass thread. Roll me 2 20-siders and take the highest to attach it.
Dear God, here comes a 1.
We got a 3 and 2 1s. But we'll take the 11 for sure.
I'll take the 2 1s.
We are fully secured. All right. And Patagon, so I'm sorry, everybody. Were we planning on trying to get this ship up to happenstance? Like, we're going like down this river here and get as close as we can?
I believe that was the case because we were going to essentially try to meet up with the party that's currently taking refuge in happenstance, since Leo and everyone else is there, and be like,
finally catch Leo on the
get this
communicator.
back home.
The hilarious thing about that is they spent a lot of their game fixing an elevator to allow them to take really heavy things up and down it.
Oh.
So you guys can they literally set you guys up to be able to move this boat up this elevator.
Perfection.
It's great when things just work out like that. For the people around us who aren't the Wander Crew, we're just pretending that we coordinated that way and we're that awesome.
I like to think that it happens like that too. Sorry, go ahead.
One of us will have to stay on the actual ship itself and steer it, even though we're towing it. That way it doesn't veer off.
Oh my God, who's staying on the ship to steer? It's
think
kind of gotta be. What's that?
It's gotta be law. It's like can't not be.
Also, this seems like a great time to use one of my magical items that I brought with me and 4 AP.
For sure. What do we got?
For the Whimsical Wanderers map. To use that to find us a safe passage to get the ship where we want it to be.
Path of. Oh yeah! All you have to do is imagine it. What's this path look like? And so, in case you guys don't know, the Whimsical Wanderers map, Path of Imagination is its ability. The map is a beautifully illustrated map that appears to change and shift subtly as if alive. Once per day, the user may activate the map's power and utter a destination or specific goal they wish to reach. For 4 AP, a mystical route that weaves through dreamlike corners of the world bypasses. Ooh, I see you changed it right as I was reading it, because I was literally reading off your thing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Bypasses dangers and obstacles in the most creative and unexpected ways. Okay, so for you to get there, what is the most creative and unexpected path from here? Oh, sorry, I'm clicking on the stream again. Like from here to happenstance, because like we don't need to worry about this river anymore. Fuck the river. You're gonna be able to get right to happenstance. How? What is the most creative route? And you guys can all talk about this if Lord doesn't have like a really good idea right off the top of your head. And if you do, fucking shoot it out, I'm sure.
Oh no, I've got an idea. I just wanted to zoom in on the map real quick to look a little bit closer. Because see, first of all, the path is part of the storm. So we are following the winds in the storm. So it's like absolutely not a straight line. It's gonna be longer, but it's following the storm. So instead of us fighting against the storm is helping to carry us.
Okay,
And it's sort of like loops.
No, sorry, go ahead.
It's sort of the path loops around on itself because, of course, the wind never goes in a straight line completely either. So,
of course not. Real quick though, does the boat stay in the water, or are you lifting the boat into the storm? Are we cloud kicker in this shit, or are we just?
The boat stays in the water when we start, but as we go, since we're following the winds of the storm, it helps lift the boat out of the water and give us the momentum to get it up and over Dendroid so the squirrels can see the ship in the air.
Oh, the squirrels get to see this towing excursion.
Yeah, because we're going... we're definitely not unnoticeable. And
but you guys are going to be, like, in the shadows of these clouds as lightning strikes.
Yeah.
Are we going to look like Skyrit gods to these squirrels?
You sure as hell can. We don't like these squirrels for the most part. Just, like, Soki's just sneaks onto the ship and just spits over the ledge.
Do we have a Wander Crew flag that's just more menacing?
I don't think we have a Wander. We have just the sign, which is like the Wanderpus like icon situation.
Oh, can we draw can we draw like angry eyebrows on it to make us look intimidating?
Oh yeah, fucking intimidate the shit out of the squirrels.
I mean, personally, I wanted to just drop the anchor on them.
So let me get this straight. We are starting here. Then we go like this direction, then we come back, then we go like this direction, then we go back out, but then we come back in, and then we go back out, and on that coming back in, we loop over everything.
Yes.
Like a slingshot type maneuver.
Just in a hurricane, like we're in a hurricane, we're caught in one of its fucking like things, you know, like the wheeze. And then we just... It's like, okay. Stay safe, California. Yeah. So that is... Law comes up with the plan, slaps it down in front of the controls. Like Law and Vatna are both like cracking their necks, taking the controls.
There's
getting ready
awesome
to get
music for this too.
Oh yeah, it's just like fucking Danger Zone starts playing.
I would like to, if I may, also add a dramatic in one of the lightning flashes over Dendroid. When they see the ship, they also see the shadow of a Leviathan.
Sick as shit. Okay, I think this is another fucking situation where we all need 20-siders to see how we're doing. Like, I don't think we wrecked the ship here. But, you know.
Map wasn't enough?
The map gave us... No, the map does give us that perfect... So, no, you know what this is? This is for reputation. This is for, like... This is... How scary is Vatna's new flag? How scary is Lore's, like, shadow thing? Like, Patagon, you don't have to actively, like, make the people of Dendroid upset. You know what, Patagon? I'm going to let you know this. You feel their communications tower. You feel... Because they have their own communications tower. You could hack into this if you wanted to. You could basically just, like... begin communications between the Wander Crew and Dendroid if you roll high enough. You don't have to. But we could do that, or you could just, like, broadcast your show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll start with broadcasting the show, but then that'll give them a reason to, like, be like, who are these people?
Absolutely. And Arel, like...
Shit.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Oh, no.
So, I think Nika might still be in the bathroom, so she can't run that ad, but Baba's gotten 2 votes in this game so far, guys.
Flag sucks.
It's not intimidating. Like, they can't see it. They just can't see it. Esmie rolled a tough choice.
It's fine if they can see it.
Patagon also rolled a tough choice. And Arel, what are you doing in this moment? Like, you don't have to be trying to fear that. make people scared or anything. You can be examining this storm because you're never going to get more up close to one of these storms than you are right now.
I would like to take the... As much as I would like to just take like a loose plank of wood and just chuck it overboard at someone, I think Arel would reasonably look at the storm and start sketching it out, pulling a notepad and pen out of her hair, which you could attune that to hammer space if you think about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But she's going to try and study these storms, like put like a bit of writing about these storms for future reference.
Karam raised Patagons to a success. Vatna rolled a 1. So if anything, like we're gonna start seeing like posters coming up of that are like Vatna and Soki all around like Dendroid, and they're just like making fun of them. It's just like they're calling them the softest boys. Like it's just a bunch of soft boys, like things everywhere. And I'm down with
up here.
It's just like they I don't know how did you one tell them exactly who you are in just like the most embarrassing way? Like, do you fall off the airship making the flag and get dragged down? Like,
No,
you got a rope around your ankle?
What it was, the control, I mistakenly took the control to raise the flag as, like, one of the, like, emergency shoots to one of the personal quarters. And, like, some of the Vatna plushies from Web Ball just fall out.
Oh, there we go. And it's just like, it's this constant, like, mockery. But, sorry, Arel, can you make your roll as you sketch out this storm?
Yep, fine.
And we got a 2.
I saw that on a 20 for so long. Curse the lag.
Nika's going to run the Bobbert ad for us as I think of how terrible that 2's going to be.
Do you like that sound? Neither do I. But do you know who does? Krieg Fernex. He cooperated with the enslaving and imprisoning of flamingos. Do you really want Silver Thimble to be represented with such a horrendous image? With Babber, you won't have to worry about that. You'll be able to rest easy having a mayor that has been successful in his entrepreneurial endeavors, and he will bring that same passion and drive to Silver Thimble. Rebuilding a stronger future today. I am Bobbert and I approve this message.
Oh, don't worry. They know all about Ice Age.
Okay.
This island right here will have told them. Garfield is canonical, but legally different enough that he's not actually Garfield.
Okay. Alan, can I please send you something? I need to send you something then, in this case, if you don't mind. You have just...
If it's an Ice Age thing, I have never seen a single one of those movies. I'm sorry.
You've mentioned Garfield, but for legal reasons, there's a video I have saved called Garfield the Musical.
Well, that seems terrifying.
It is my favorite video of all time. Here, I have
my favorite video of all time is the guy from Nickelback saying, "Look at this graph."
Cool video.
But so, I will watch it at some point.
It's so good.
So, Loris has been made a 20. So, yeah, they're fucking terrified of your Leviathan, for the record, Lore. Like, they see just like, what do they see when they look up? Do they even see the ships, or do they just see like a huge silhouette of a Leviathan?
They see the silhouette of a ship with a Leviathan coiled around it.
Sick. And Patagon, like, you guys are able to, like, you get close enough. How do you, like, what do you do to this tower when you get close enough to it? Like, it's not within physical reach, but, like, your sensors start picking it up.
Yeah.
And you're able to connect it. Like, what's that look like?
Yeah. So since the ship is usually able to communicate over our communication towers, since we're in range of theirs, it just changed the frequency over to the one that their tower is currently using, so we can essentially broadcast a ad for the public access channel. So tune in to TV.
Like at some point, we're gonna have to name Patagon's fucking talk show.
I was trying to think of a name. It's not coming to me right this second. But yeah,
let's all just keep thinking about that one. And Arel, because your 2 got lowered to a 1, what did you learn about this storm that is wrong? Like, you're going to believe something about this storm fully, and like everybody else is going to take that as like gospel because like you're the magic teacher. Like, it doesn't have to be like completely wrong, but it's just like a mistake. Like, if you had one more bit of information, it would be right. But what's wrong? What about this storm?
This storm is a sentient being.
This storm is a sentient being. Absolutely.
And we are encroaching on its home territory, hence why it's creating the storm.
Yeah, that's terrifying. It's just like, if the storm's alive, what else is it gonna do? Situation. Like,
it's alive, then maybe it's controlled by spirits.
And then you guys, it's not even a crash because we know the map got you there. So you guys land in the middle of this storm. Everybody's shot into their own homes in happenstance.
And he'll finally pick up his communicator. They've been calling him this whole time.
They haven't been able to. The communications and like this storm would take communicators off. Like, they knew about it too.
Well, no one told me. Hitting it on the side of the desk.
So yeah, you guys like arrive into fucking happenstances. Like, they have like one giant communal home. They have a ton of homes, but they have a big communal one where everybody is like, a lot of people are staying. And like, you guys open the door, sopping wet, 7 in tow. It's just like, ship is fine, nice and safely parked. You guys like walk in and you just see like Tarkus standing in one end and a ballet dancer standing at the other end, and the ballet dancer's just like pirouettes and kicks Tarkus in the face, but then Tarkus like grabs their leg and like slams them hammer style right into the ground, and then just starts spinning and throws them across the room. And everybody applauds, including the person. Once they get up, they clap too. And there we go. And now, we can't have any more. There can be no RP with Lore, Vatna, Arel, or Patagon until Friday, which is when the storm ends. Like, you guys can RP with the other people in happenstance. But you're stuck here.
Oh, we still got the secret room to check out, don't we?
Yeah, we got the whole ship to check out. What do we find in there?
Oh, for sure. So the secret room.
Aside from the room we're not opening.
Are you not? Okay, we're still not opening Salt Room. All right. I love the fact that we're not opening Salt Room. Okay, so in the secret thing. All right. When you guys go in and like before you come into happenstance, like you pry that up and you find just fuck. How do I do this? How do I do this in a fun way? You find a stack of letters. Is one thing. They're all addressed to different people, and they do have the mark of Holt. That these are messages that were supposed to be delivered for the Otters of Holt. Like, or at least, like, you know, on that thing. And you guys can find who these belong to. One of them does say, to my love, Becky. And that's the only name that you recognize on it. There, I'm going to say there's 4 other letters. Each one of you can make up an NPC, either an existing one or a new one that these letters are supposed to go to, and we can make it a little mission to deliver the rest of this mail in the future. That is one thing. And these were kept extremely safe, so they must be important. or you guys can just commit a felony and open the mail.
Oh, I've done that plenty of times.
I mean, I'm down for delivering the mail.
Mail delivery is very important, as we've found out
Yeah, as much as
with Adley.
how much trouble Adley got into for not.
It's better
I
we deliver
wonder-
this mail than our dear vampire
wouldn't-
friend.
You know, I wouldn't not deliver my dear friend Becky's mail. And just in case.
Oh
here's
lord,
that
there's one
card.
here for you.
There's definitely not any mail here for Lore. There's no mail for any of you here. The Silver Thimble has not fully been like, you're not part of the like this kind
mail
of
route.
transportation. Which is why they had to go just straight up like otter style.
Oh,
And
this says
to give-
lure, not lore.
Does it say lure?
I don't know who lure is.
Adding lure to the game. Inside it you find a incredibly well crafted obsidian mask lore. It's gorgeous. And like you've seen Marcus and Professor Winter's other character all month, like for 2 months, like working on everybody's gifts. This is something special. Like it has way too many, like it almost has a lion's mane. When you have to put it on as like a full-on Halloween mask, it doesn't just cover the front of you. Like it is very lion in appearance. Lionel, male lion specifically with the big mane. Solid black. When you put it on, you have complete night vision.
Oh, well, that's nice.
You also realize, like, if you Laura says that's nice out loud, everybody has to cover their ears. It sounded like she roared at a volume that like normally she's not able to make.
At least not right
And
now.
this would be a gift for the Marquis, except for it's yours now.
It's mine now.
Like this was another people's gift for the Marquis. Patagon, there are 2 silver bells in here. The way that the bells work are like one rings, the other one rings, and you can set conditions on what makes the bells ring.
Oh, very useful.
And these conditions can be very vague. Like somebody with X amount of AP walks into a room, the bell rings, so I know that they're there. Like a spirit is active in the area. As long as you know enough, like if you talk to Vatna about how spirits work, that could be how it works. Like, and literally, however you want to set it, there you go. Like, a friend of mine has 0 HP. Your bell can ring. That kind of thing.
Okay.
So that is that. That is the gift from them. Oof. So I'm literally giving you gifts that are for the Marquis from other people. As, like, you
Well-
guys' prizes, just so you know.
It sucks to be those people.
It sucks to be those people. Vatna, there is a sickle, not a scythe, a sickle in here. That appears that it's it has a hammer as well. It looks like it's like a dual wielding type of weapon. You are able to use this sickle and hammer if you prove yourself to a group of people. You will get followers. Like, if you are using these, you will gain comrades. Anytime you roll a 20 when using these things in front of somebody, it's basically a free recruit. Like, you don't have to take these specifically. Any of you guys can take any of these items. It's just like, I'm just saying these are whose hand is in there at the time.
Gotcha.
And Arel. Okay. Arel, do you want the funny thing that was going to be a gift for him, or do you want something else?
I could hear the smile from ear to ear. That's why I really want to hear what you found.
Okay. So, Arel, you find this, like, small box. I'm going to say that it's, like, about the size of, like, a necklace box from, like, a jewelry store. And as like you open it, expecting to find gems or jewels or something, it is literally lined completely with no space left with wet wipes
Oh.
that say non-denominational wets and wings and wets on them. That you think this is just a joke item, but here's what this item does. You have 20 of these. There are 20 of these in existence. Seth has 2 of them in his pocket already. These work as anything that you get on you that is not part of your body or that you put on there purposely. They get wiped off perfectly clean. Poison, no problem. Wipe it right off. Oil, no problem. Wipe it right off. Fucking napalm, wipe it right off.
Oh, that's interesting. Can I just wipe a wound off then?
You could completely clean a wound perfectly. You can't wipe the wound off completely, but like you would be able to stitch it up with absolutely no problem as long as you use these.
What about an arrow in the shoulder?
An arrow in the shoulder, you would have to get the because you couldn't wipe
the shaft out.
You couldn't wipe the shaft out. That's the problem. Like you get all the blood and all the gunk cleared away, and as soon as you pull it out, you would prevent infection. If you use these, you prevent infection.
Oh, I've got some ideas.
So there we go, and like you guys are all like watching fucking. Oh, the dance group is called For the Queen, for the record, and the Ballet Bandits and the Beetle Boys. Those are the 3 dance groups dancing in front of you guys right now. For the Queen is you guys' crew, but so yeah, that ends this episode, everybody, with just a good amount of loot for you all in a strange room full of salt that we never dealt with.
This'll be fine.
I'm looking at that strange room full of salt right now. I don't think it's going to be fine. Here, let me show you the strange room full of salt. Nobody can act on this. We can't go back and like open this door. But look at how weird it is.
Oh, good thing we kept that. Good thing we put a note warning the monkeys.
Look at these little guys. Look at these little salt creatures.
Oh, he gets free goons.
He gets little like salt creatures that were dehydrating and destroying the ship the entire time.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Now.
I don't even know if they're.
We're giving him some buddies.
Some friends. Large supply of salt. Yeah.
Here's salt's a hot commodity.
Loaded with features.
Yeah, this ship is just fucking like he's not ready for it. We have not returned here. We're not here.
He gets
out of our
free
mind. We're here.
Dehydrate people. I mean, what more do you want?
All right, so we know that this ship isn't out here anymore. We'll see if we can get him to do something about it. Put something else out there. But anyway, that game went cool. I'll do a real quick recap. So you guys went into the Neverglades, quite far south into it, into the clean ocean, not into the sickened sea. And we've learned that there's a big fucking shark out there that takes orders from. It appears that shark takes orders from the Storm, which is one of the 7 pirate queens that we know about. And the Storm was out to sink this ship, or something about this ship. But you guys fixed the ship up. You guys are gonna clean it up and get it to the Marquis as a gift. It has a room in it that is full of salt, but we don't know what else, so you guys just closed it and called it good. You found mail that needs to be delivered. And some fucking wacky-ass magical items.
This
Patagon.
hammer and sickle, is this one in each hand, or?
Yeah, it's one in each hand situation,
okay.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be a weapon, though. It just has to.
It does not have to be a weapon. It has to be used. You can't just do it as a speech. But if you have an action that can use a hammer or a sickle and you roll a 20, we'll recruit somebody from the crowd. Natural 20.
Yeah.
I'm watching
gotta
everybody.
go look for fields of wheat.
Vatna really gets into farming.
Agriculture and blacksmithing.
It's like, we know a couple blacksmiths if you wanted to pass it off onto somebody else. I'm just saying. But you guys...
Maybe Bambi could recruit customers with it.
We got Bamman, we got Akana, we got Leo, we got Royce, we got Forge, we got Flynn. Lots of engineers that we get to do. You guys repaired the ship and took it to happenstance to get on the big-ass elevator that just happened to be fixed in such a way that can raise this ship, which is hilarious to me. Lore scared the shit out of Dendroid. Vatna dropped a bunch of plushies on Dendroid. Arel fully believes and has told everybody on the ship that storm is a sentient being and is attacking because you are encroaching on its territory. Patagon's public access show is a hit in Dendroid, for the record. People are really enjoying that. A lot of people like talking good about Krieg. Krieg. Sounds like a good guy. Because that's the last episode they saw. And yeah, and the gift for the Marquis is a pirate ship of his own and a bottled version of said pirate ship.
Yep.
I think in the time you guys are spending in this, if Vatna's spending any time looking through the bottle, or if he hands it off to Tarkus or one of the engineers and looks at it, it's just
definitely not Tarkus. Definitely probably Leo.
Leo, okay. We don't trust Tarkus?
Not yet.
Alright. Solid. Leo points out the fact that there was a submersible attached to the bottom of this. Did you guys bring back the submersible?
No.
Is there anything on the bottom?
Was there?
Nope. It's sitting out here. There it is. Lonely.
But if it gets pointed out, then with the storm is gone. That's a when the storm is gone problem.
Oh, okay.
We'll come back to it.
When we can get the sub down here or something.
Alright, solid. So you guys do know that it's out there and exists, and there we go. That is the end of this episode.
And then we got a sequel.
Yeah. Wait, did you play a sequel?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, we'll work that in eventually. But yeah, so that's the end of this one. We play again on Friday. We've got a lot of work to do leading up to it, but we're very excited for this weekend.
Yeah, Friday is the speakeasy, I believe. Right?
Yeah, Friday is the speakeasy. Saturday is Ento and Nichols' fucking last minute search for a gift.
And then the masquerade on Sunday at noon Pacific. So be aware of that. Yeah, so we're gonna go heck off and die. But thank you everyone for playing the game.
You guys
did
awesome. Great, fucking amazing. 10 out of 10.
Great idea, taking the whole ship.
I'm a little sad I lost the corset, but oh well.
Well, we'll find you another one. We'll be fine.
It was a good way to lose it.
It was a good way to. You got bit by a giant ass shark. That shark is just named Lydia, in case you guys don't know. The shark has
Lydia
a name.
Now has a very nice corset stuck in her teeth.
Yeah, it just means when we go back for the submersible, you can just scrap the shark and get your corset back.
Sorry, I just looked in the art share. Flint posted a little bit ago.
It's great, isn't it?
10 out of 10, Flynn.
Fantastic.
Alright, so we're off. We'll see you guys at the end of the week. Bye forever.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Remember, be there or be square.